Beneath every footstep you take in a forest, an ancient conversation is taking place. Right now, under the soil of nearly every woodland on Earth, trees are talking, trading, and even conspiring with one another through an underground network so vast and complex that scientists have given it a name that sounds like science fiction: the Wood Wide Web. This is not metaphor. This is not poetry. This is documented scientific fact that is rewriting everything we thought we knew about forests and the nature of communication itself. For centuries, we looked at forests and saw competition. Trees fighting for sunlight, roots battling for water, a ruthless war for survival playing out in slow motion. Charles Darwin himself observed that nature was red in tooth and claw, an endless struggle where only the fittest survive. But what if we were only seeing half the picture? What if beneath our feet, trees were not at war, but in constant communication, building alliances, sharing resources, and nurturing the weak? This is the story of how scientists discovered that forests are not battlegrounds, but communities, not collections of individuals, but interconnected civilizations operating on timescales we're only beginning to comprehend. The revelation began in 1997 when a young Canadian ecologist named Suzanne Simard published research that would shake the foundations of forest ecology. Working in the forests of British Columbia, Simard had noticed something unusual. When she looked at patterns of tree growth, they didn't match what competition theory would predict. Douglas fir and paper birch trees, two species that should have been fierce competitors, seemed to be helping each other survive. So she designed an experiment that would either confirm her suspicions or prove her completely wrong. Simard grew Douglas fir and birch seedlings in close proximity and then covered different trees with plastic bags to prevent them from exchanging gases above ground. She injected some trees with carbon dioxide containing radioactive carbon-14 isotopes, others with a different isotope, carbon-13. Then she waited. What she found when she analyzed the results would change forest science forever. The carbon wasn't staying put, it was moving from tree to tree, traveling underground through an invisible network. In summer, when birch trees were in full leaf and photosynthesizing vigorously, they were pumping excess carbon to the shaded Douglas firs struggling below. Come autumn, when birch trees dropped their leaves, the evergreen firs reversed the flow, sending carbon back to keep the birch alive through winter. Two different species, supposedly competing for the same resources, were actually keeping each other alive. The mechanism behind this phenomenon is one of the most elegant partnerships in nature. It begins with fungi, specifically mycorrhizal fungi, organisms that have been forming relationships with plants for over 400 million years. These fungi colonize tree roots, and from those roots, they send out microscopic threads called hyphae into the surrounding soil. A single teaspoon of forest soil can contain several miles of these fungal threads, each one finer than the finest human hair, reaching through the earth like living fiber optic cables. The exchange is beautifully simple. Trees produce sugars through photosynthesis, but struggle to extract certain nutrients from soil, particularly nitrogen and phosphorus locked in complex molecules. The fungus excel at breaking down these compounds, but cannot photosynthesize, so they trade. The tree provides the fungus with sugars, the fungus provides the tree with nutrients, and vastly expands its ability to absorb water. The fungal network can extend the effective reach of a tree's root system by up to 1,000 times. But here's what makes this truly revolutionary. These fungal threads don't stop at one tree. They keep going, connecting to another tree and another and another, creating an underground network that can link every tree in a forest. Through this network, trees can do something that seems almost impossibly sophisticated. They can recognize their kin. Studies have shown that mother trees, the large, old trees that dominate a forest canopy, can identify their own offspring through chemical signatures transmitted through the fungal network. And once identified, these mother trees show preferential treatment. They send more carbon to their own seedlings than to strangers. They extend the fungal network more vigorously toward their offspring. They are in effect nurturing their children. This discovery revealed something even profound. The forest is not a democracy. It has structure, hierarchy, hubs, and nodes like any communication network. The mother trees act as central hubs, connected to hundreds of younger trees. Some scientists have found that a single mother tree can be linked to 47 other trees, creating a cascading network of connections. Remove that mother tree, and you don't just lose one tree, you potentially destabilize an entire section of forest. When logging operations targeted the biggest, oldest trees, thinking they were simply removing individuals, they were actually destroying the communication infrastructure of the entire ecosystem. But the conversation between trees goes far beyond resource sharing. Trees gossip. They warn each other of danger. When a giraffe in an African savanna begins browsing in an acacia tree, that tree doesn't suffer in silence. Within minutes, it begins pumping toxic tannins into its leaves, making them bitter and difficult to digest. But it also does something else. It releases ethylene gas into the air. Downwind acacia trees detect this chemical signal and immediately begin producing their own defensive tannins, even though they haven't been touched. The first tree is warning its neighbors to prepare for attack. Giraffes, through millions of years of evolution, have learned this. They've been observed feeding upwind or moving over 100 yards away to find trees that haven't received the warning signal. This aerial communication network operates on a chemical vocabulary of stunning complexity. When an oak tree is attacked by caterpillars, it releases a specific blend of volatile organic compounds. Nearby oaks detect these compounds and respond by producing proteins that inhibit the caterpillar's digestion, essentially giving them a stomachache severe enough to stop feeding. Different attackers trigger different chemical sentences. The compounds released during a beetle attack are chemically distinct from those released during a caterpillar attack, and neighboring trees respond with precisely tailored defenses. Some trees take this even further, releasing chemicals that attract the natural predators of whatever is attacking them. When corn plants are attacked by caterpillars, they release compounds that attract parasitic wasps. The wasps arrive and lay their eggs inside the caterpillars, which are then eaten from the inside out. The plant is recruiting an army to fight its battles. This is not simple cause and effect. This is strategic, multi-layered communication with clear evolutionary purpose. The implications of these discoveries are staggering. They suggest that forests operate less like collections of individuals and more like superorganisms, where cooperation is as important as competition. A tree alone is vulnerable. A tree in a network is resilient. When one area of forest has excess water and another is in drought, the fungal network redistributes moisture. When a tree is shaded and struggling, its neighbors can keep it alive for years, even decades, by sharing carbon. Scientists have found tree stumps, cut decades ago, still alive, kept breathing by the surrounding trees, pumping them full of sugars through the underground network. The forest takes care of its own. This challenges our deepest assumptions about intelligence and consciousness. Trees have no brains, no neurons, no central processing system. Yet they make decisions, they solve problems, they remember. Studies have shown that trees can learn from experience. Those that survive drought produce offspring better adapted to dry conditions. Trees attacked repeatedly by insects develop stronger defenses over time. Some researchers argue that the mycorrhizal network itself functions as a kind of distributed intelligence, a biological computer processing information across the entire forest. The tragedy is that we are destroying these networks faster than we can study them. Every time a forest is clear-cut, we obliterate communication pathways that took centuries to establish. When we plant monoculture tree farms in neat rows of single species, we create silent forests where trees cannot talk. The mycorrhizal networks that once pulsed with information go quiet. The forests we plant might look green on satellite images, but underground they are mute and fragile. Yet this knowledge also offers hope. We now understand that forest restoration is not just about planting trees, it's about rebuilding networks. Some scientists are experimenting with inoculating seedlings with native mycorrhizal fungi before planting them. Others are identifying mother trees and designing harvest plans around protecting them. There is even discussion of using our understanding of these networks to make forests more resilient to climate change, creating strategic connections between populations of trees to facilitate adaptation. The secret language of forests was being spoken long before humans walked the earth. And it will continue long after we're gone. But for the first time in history, we are learning to listen. Every forest you walk through is alive with conversation, cooperation, and community in ways invisible to the naked eye.